Hollywood's golden age was not just a time of cinematic brilliance, but also a period of hidden lives and untold stories, mostly of acts that weren't widely accepted at the time. In today's video, we will delve into the lives of 20 lesbian stars from this era, highlighting their contributions to film and their courage in navigating their identities in a restrictive society. Number 1. Greta Garbo. Greta Garbo was a Swedish-American actress, born September 16, 1905 in Stockholm, Sweden. She was a remarkable on-screen actress with her somber and melancholic persona. She is recognized as one of the greatest screen actresses of all time. Garbo had lots of unsettling behaviors and was thought of as bipolar. She had an air of mystery and aloofness. Unlike many other lesbian actresses, Garbo never got married or had children, and she lived alone most parts of her life. She had a few affairs with men but was only ever engaged to John Gilbert and backed out just before the wedding for fear that he would boss her and tell her what to do. It was speculated that she was bisexual but predominantly lesbian. She had a number of female romantic partners from Lillian Tashman to Mercedes D'Acosta, which she had a very volatile and sporadic affair with. Over 100 letters, cards, and telegrams were discovered, showing romantic feelings for D'Acosta and Mimi Pollock. With the help of D'Acosta, Garbo was said to have been introduced to the sewing circle, which was a term used to describe covert networks of lesbian and bisexual women in Hollywood. Number 2. Hattie McDaniel. Hattie McDaniel, born on June 10, 1893, was an American actress, singer, songwriter, and comedian born in Wichita, Kansas. She was the first African-American to win an Oscar for her role as Mammy in Gone with the Wind. She is known as a prominent persona in Hollywood. She made a change in the industry for African. McDaniel had 4 marriages. 2 ended by the death of her spouses, and the other 2 by divorce. Most of McDaniel's personal life was mostly private, and the major evidence of her lesbian life was a deep, committed relationship with journalist Ruby Goodwin. Letters exchanged between McDaniel and Goodwin revealed a profound, loving bond, suggesting an intimate connection between them. The racial lines in Hollywood were very rigid, so she wasn't able to navigate the secret lesbian circles and clubs as they were filled with whites. Her romantic life was also linked to Tallulah Bankhead, who was rumored to be bisexual. Despite the racial barriers and societal expectation of that time, McDaniel's relationships show that she is a woman capable of deep emotional commitment and resilience. Number 3. Barbara Stanwyck. Barbara Stanwyck is an American actress, model, and a stunning dancer. She was born on July 16, 1907 in New York City, U.S. She had a 60-year-long professional career in which she was a stage, television, and film star, and she was known for her strong, versatile, and realistic screen presence. She was a favorite of most directors and crew members, and maintained friendship with most of her fellow actors. Stanwyck's romantic life is one of the typical Hollywood romances. She fell in love with her married co-star Rex Cherryman, but they didn't have the luxury to continue their love life as he contracted septic poisoning and died at the age of 31. She later married her burlesque co-star, Frank Fay, who she divorced in 1935 due to an abusive marriage, and won custody of their son. She got married the second time to Robert Taylor and ended their marriage mutually with a divorce in 1950. Stanwyck had a deep connection with her lesbian fans, even in roles where she had to act like she was in love with men. Clifton Webb, a gay actor who played her husband in the movie Titanic, fondly referred to her as my favorite American lesbian. Stanwyck found more stability with Helen Ferguson, her publicist with whom she spent 30 years. Number 4. Lizabeth Scott. Lizabeth Virginia Scott was born on September 29, 1922 at Scranton, Pennsylvania. She was an award-winning actress, singer, and model. She had a hot blonde look, smoky voice, and was an exceptional actor. Of her 22 films, she was the leading lady in all but 3. In addition to stage and radio, she appeared on television from the late 1940s to early 1970s. Howard Rushmore, editor of scandal and gossip magazine Confidential, developed an expose on Scott in late 1954. The Rushmore article further stated that Scott spent her off-work hours with Hollywood's weird society of baritone babes, a euphemism for lesbians. This outed her in an era where homosexuality was a taboo, Scott attempted to clear her name from this scandal by suing the magazine, but the damage was already done. Scott took several trips to Paris, and she left with the city's most notorious lesbian queen and the operator of a nightclub devoted exclusively to entertaining deviates like herself. Number 5. Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Monroe was born on June 1, 1926 in Los Angeles, California. She was an American actress and model. She is known as the epitome of beauty and desire after playing comic, blonde bombshell characters. She became one of the most popular sex symbols of the 1950s and early 1960s. Hundreds of books have been written about Monroe. She has been the subject of numerous films, plays, operas, and songs, and has influenced artists and entertainers. Monroe had a number of affairs with both genders, as she was rumored to be bisexual and had a total of 3 marriages. Monroe's relationships and personal life was a subject of much discussion. Despite her high-profile marriages, Marilyn's true sexual preference leaned towards women. She had intimate encounters with several actresses and her acting coaches. Marilyn struggled with her identity and sexuality, which was evident in her sessions with her psychiatrist. She confessed that she had never achieved sexual pleasure with men and attributed it to her deep-seated trauma from her childhood. Number 6. Alla Nazimova. Alla Nazimova was a Russian-American actress, director, producer, and screenwriter born on June 3, 1879 at the Russian Empire. On Broadway, she was noted for her work in the classic plays of Ibsen, Chekhov, and Turgenev. She later moved on to film, where she served many production roles, both writing and directing films under pseudonyms. Alla had a very interesting personal life spanning from her relationship with friends, family, marriages, and even with her relationships with friends. She had a very scandalous marriage history that damaged her career in the long run. Nazimova helped both of Rudolph Valentino's wives, Jean Acker and Natasha Rambova, start their career, and it was rumored that she had an affair with both of them. The list of those Nazimova is confirmed to have been involved with romantically includes actress Eva Le Gallienne, film director Dorothy Arzner, writer Mercedes D'Acosta, and Oscar Wilde's niece Dolly Wilde. It is believed that Nazimova coined the phrase sewing circle as code to refer to lesbian, bisexual, or bi-curious actresses of her day who concealed their true sexuality. Number 7. Joan Crawford. Joan Crawford was an American actress born on March 23rd in the early 90s. She started her career as a dancer in traveling theatrical companies before debuting on Broadway. Crawford often played hard-working young women who find romance and financial success. Crawford became one of Hollywood's most prominent movie stars and one of the highest-paid women in the United States. Crawford had a career spanning over 5 decades. She earned an Academy Award for her role in Mildred Pierce, 1945, and starred in numerous successful films, including Whatever Happened to Baby Jane, 1962. While Joan Crawford's public image was largely centered around her heterosexual relationships, she was rumored to have had affairs with several women. Notably, Crawford was linked romantically to stars such as Marilyn Monroe and Barbara Stanwyck. These relationships, though not publicly acknowledged during her lifetime, were part of the private and often concealed aspects of her personal life. Crawford's bisexuality was an open secret in Hollywood, contributing to her complex legacy as both a screen legend and a figure in LGBTQ+ history. Number 8. Mercedes D'Acosta. Mercedes D'Acosta was an American poet, playwright, and novelist. She was born on March 1, 1892. Although she failed to achieve artistic and professional distinction, D'Acosta is known for her many lesbian affairs with celebrated Broadway and Hollywood personalities, including Alla Nazimova, Isadora Duncan, Eva Le Gallienne, and Marlene Dietrich. Her best-known involvement was with Greta Garbo, with whom, in 1931, she began a sporadic and volatile romance. D'Acosta also had high-profile relationships with Greta Garbo and Marlene Dietrich, writer Alice B. Toklas, and dancer Isadora Duncan. Her most famous affair was with Garbo, with whom she maintained a complex and intense relationship for many years. Despite the controversies, her relationships have cemented her place as a significant figure in LGBTQ+ history and the cultural milieu of her era. Number 9. Jane Lynch. Jane Lynch is an acclaimed American actress, comedian, and author known for her versatile performances in film, television, and theater. Was born on July 14, 1960, in Evergreen Park, Illinois. She gained widespread recognition for her role as Sue Sylvester on the TV series Glee, for which she won a Primetime Emmy Award. Lynch's work spans various genres, showcasing her talent in both comedic and dramatic roles. Jane Lynch is a devoted animal lover and advocate for pet adoption. She has often expressed her affection for her rescue dogs and actively supports organizations dedicated to animal welfare. Lynch's passion for pets is evident in her involvement with various animal rescue groups and her efforts to raise awareness about the importance of adopting pets from shelters. Her love for animals complements her public persona as a compassionate and caring individual. Jane Lynch is openly lesbian and has been a prominent advocate for LGBTQ+ rights. She married clinical psychologist Laura Embry in 2010, but the couple divorced in 2014. Lynch's openness about her sexuality and her success in Hollywood have made her a role model and influential figure within the LGBTQ+ community. She continues to use her platform to promote equality and representation in the entertainment industry. Number 10. Marlene Dietrich. Marlene Dietrich was a legendary German-American actress and singer, renowned for her glamorous persona and distinctive husky voice. She was born on December 27, 1901, in Schöneberg, Germany. Dietrich's career spanned both the silent and sound eras of cinema, and she was celebrated for her androgynous style and magnetic screen presence. Dietrich was known for her fluid sexuality and had relationships with both men and women. She had a unique blend of masculinity and femininity. Her masculinity appealed to women, and her sexuality appealed to men. She had numerous affairs with both men and women. Among her notable lesbian affairs were relationships with writer Mercedes de Acosta and actress Claudette Colbert. Her affair with de Acosta was particularly significant. Dietrich's open approach to her sexuality, including cross-dressing and same-sex relationships, was daring for her time and has made her an enduring icon in queer history. Number 11. Yvonne de Bray. Yvonne de Bray was a French actress known for her work in theater and film during the early to mid-20th century. She was born on May 12, 1889, in Paris, France. She was celebrated for her dramatic talents and her ability to portray complex characters, becoming a respected figure in the French performing arts scene. De Bray worked with notable directors such as Jean Cocteau, which further cemented her status in French cinema and theater. De Bray was openly lesbian, a rarity in her time, and had several significant relationships with women. One of her most notable relationships was with French writer and artist Jean Cocteau, although Cocteau was not a romantic partner, but rather a close friend and collaborator who supported her throughout her career. De Bray's openness about her sexuality and her relationships with women, including French actress Berthe Bovy, positioned her as a progressive figure in the LGBTQ+ community. Number 12. Tallulah Bankhead. Tallulah Bankhead was an American actress known for her distinctive voice, commanding stage presence, and flamboyant personality. She was born on January 31, 1902, in Huntsville, Alabama. She achieved fame on both the stage and screen, with a career that spanned 5 decades. Bankhead made her mark in Hollywood during the 1930s and 1940s, although she was more acclaimed for her stage work. Despite her talent, her Hollywood career was often overshadowed by her notorious off-screen antics, which included a hedonistic lifestyle and outspoken personality. Tallulah Bankhead was openly bisexual and had numerous relationships with both men and women. She was known for her affairs with actresses such as Greta Garbo, Marlene Dietrich, and singer Billie Holiday. Her fearless approach to her sexuality and her contributions to the arts have solidified her legacy as a cultural icon. Number 13. Patsy Kelly, 0-0. Patsy Kelly was an American actress and comedian born on January 12, 1910 in Brooklyn, New York. Renowned for her work in stage and film, particularly during the 1930s and 1940s, she gained popularity for her sharp wit and comedic timing, often playing wisecracking sidekick roles in a series of comedy shorts produced by Hal Roach. Kelly's career in Hollywood began with a series of successful comedy shorts alongside Thelma Todd. Her distinct comedic style and quick delivery made her a favorite in the pre-code era of Hollywood. Patsy Kelly was openly lesbian, a rarity in Hollywood's golden age. She had relationships with several women, including actress Wilma Cox. Despite the conservative climate of the time, Kelly's openness about her sexuality did not hinder her career. Her courage and authenticity contributed to her enduring legacy as both a talented comedian and a significant figure in LGBTQ+ history. 14. Miriam Margolyes. Miriam Margolyes is a celebrated British-Australian actress known for her distinctive voice and versatile performances in film, television, and theater. She was born on May 18, 1941, in Oxford, England. Her career has spanned several decades, with memorable roles in productions such as The Age of Innocence, 1993, for which she won a BAFTA award, and as Professor Sprout in the Harry Potter film series. Margolyes began her career in theater and quickly made a name for herself with her dynamic performances. She transitioned to film and television, becoming a well-known character actress. Miriam Margolyes is openly lesbian and has been in a long-term relationship with Australian academic Heather Sutherland since 1968. Margolyes has been vocal about her sexuality and her relationship, often speaking out on LGBTQ+ issues and rights. Number 15. Dorothy Asner. Dorothy Asner was a pioneering American film director, screenwriter, and editor who became one of the few female directors during Hollywood's golden age. She was born on January 3, 1897 in San Francisco, California. She directed numerous films in the 1920s, 1930s, and early 1940s. Asner's career began in the silent film era, where she worked as an editor and scriptwriter before transitioning to directing. She was the first woman to join the Directors Guild of America and was known for her innovative techniques, including the invention of the boom microphone. Asner's films often featured strong female protagonists and feminist themes, making her a trailblazer in the industry. Asner was openly lesbian and had a long-term relationship with choreographer Marion Morgan. Despite the conservative climate of her time, Asner's sexual orientation did not hinder her career, and she maintained a degree of openness about her personal life. Number 16. Margaret Lindsay. Margaret Lindsay was an American actress born on September 19, 1910, in Dubuque, Iowa. She was known for her work in the 1930s and 1940s, particularly in Warner Brothers films. She appeared in over 60 films during her career, often portraying sophisticated and strong-willed women. Lindsay started her career in Hollywood in the early 1930s, quickly gaining attention for her beauty and talent. She became a reliable leading lady and supporting actress, often cast in period dramas and crime films. Her versatility and professionalism earned her a steady stream of roles throughout the golden age of Hollywood. Margaret Lindsay was rumored to have been involved in several same-sex relationships during her career. Despite the era's conservative attitudes, she maintained a close relationship with actress Mary McCarty, with whom she shared a home for many years. Number 17. Wilna Wild. Wilna Wild, born Wilhelmina Schwiers, born on August 23, 1912 in Baltimore, Maryland. She was an American actress known for her work in theater and film during the 1930s and 1940s. Although she did not achieve the same level of fame as some of her contemporaries, Wild was respected for her talent and dedication to her craft. Wild's career in Hollywood was marked by a series of smaller but memorable roles. She worked with several notable directors and appeared in a range of genres, from dramas to comedies. Wilna Wild was known to have had relationships with several women throughout her life. She was part of the Hollywood LGBTQ+ community, which often operated discreetly due to the social norms of the time. Wild's personal life, like that of many LGBTQ+ individuals in Hollywood's golden age, was kept private, but her relationships and contributions to the community remain an important part of her legacy. Number 18. Ona Munson. Ona Munson, born on June 16, 1903 in Portland, Oregon, was a notable American actress whose career spanned stage, film, and television. Best known for her role as Belle Watling in the iconic film Gone with the Wind, Munson left a lasting impression on the entertainment industry. Her career began on Broadway, where she gained fame in productions such as No, No, Nanette and Twinkle, Twinkle. Munson was known to have had relationships with several women, including actress Alla Nazimova, Greta Garbo, Tallulah Bankhead, and writer Mercedes de Acosta. Her involvement in Hollywood's sewing circle, a term for the network of lesbian and bisexual women in the industry, was significant during her era. Number 19. Katharine Hepburn. Katharine Hepburn was an iconic American actress known for her fierce independence, spirited personality, and a career that spanned over 6 decades. She was born on May 12, 1907 in Hartford, Connecticut. She won 4 Academy Awards for Best Actress, a record that still stands. Hepburn is widely regarded as one of the greatest actresses in the history of American cinema. Her early success was marked by her distinctive voice and strong-willed characters. Her later collaborations with Spencer Tracy, with whom she had a well-known off-screen relationship, further solidified her legacy. Known for her unconventional lifestyle and outspoken nature, Hepburn challenged the traditional roles of women in Hollywood both on and off the screen. While Katharine Hepburn's most publicized relationships were with men, including her long-term partnership with Spencer Tracy, there have been rumors and speculation about her sexuality. Biographer William J. Mann suggested that Hepburn had relationships with women, including her close friendships with figures like Laura Harding and Phyllis Wilborn, which some have interpreted as romantic. However, Hepburn was intensely private about her personal life, and definitive proof of any same-sex relationships remains speculative. Number 20. Ava Le Gallienne. Ava Le Gallienne, born January 11, 1899, was a British-American actress, director, producer, and author who profoundly influenced American theater for over 7 decades. Co-founding New York City's Civic Repertory Theater in 1926, she aimed to democratize high-quality theater. Known for her versatility in classical and modern roles, Le Gallienne starred in productions like Lilium, Alice in Wonderland, and The Cherry Orchard, while also directing and producing with innovative flair. Her personal life reflected a pioneering spirit, openly embracing bisexuality in an era of conservatism. Relationships with figures like Tallulah Bankhead and Josephine Hutchinson added to her reputation as a trailblazer. Recognized with a Tony Award for Lifetime Achievement in 1964, Le Gallienne's legacy endures as a beacon of artistic excellence and integrity. Her advocacy for inclusive, thought-provoking theater continues to inspire new generations of artists, emphasizing the transformative power of the stage in challenging societal norms and enriching cultural discourse. If you like this video, do not forget to share and subscribe. Also, let us know in the comments who gets your votes as the most shocking lesbian star of Hollywood Golden Age that you didn't know about.